Oh, hello everyone. It's been a minute, and also we are tilting. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're. You gotta be kidding. What's happening? And apologies. I don't know what's going on with my camera. It has not been wanting to connect over USB, and so I had to use a different cable. And now it's working, but now it's also randomly disconnecting. So hopefully we don't have to deal with too many problems with it. Yeah, I want to quickly review the Switch 2, and then we'll play some Mario Kart for a little bit. And yeah. Alright, let me actually stand up and grab it. So I pre-ordered Switch 2, picked it up yesterday from Best Buy. And yeah, here it is. We got the Nintendo Switch 2. You know, it's pretty cool. But I kind of want to talk about it because there's a lot of discourse about the Switch 2 itself and kind of like what it can do, what it can handle, if it's worth it, kind of stuff. And yeah, so I just kind of want to give my, not necessarily first impressions, but kind of early impressions, I guess, because, you know, I've had it for a day now and kind of tested it, trialed it, ran through some stuff with it, and yeah. So we'll kind of review it before we hop into Mario Kart World. I might end up making like a more official review after I've had it for a bit longer, and post it to the tech support channel that Dave and I have been working on. But yeah, either way, first impressions on the build quality, because that was the first thing I noticed, is it is immensely better. 100%. Like this thing is, like, it feels so much more premium. The original Switch was made out of mostly plastic, and then the Switch OLED kind of switched to like some metal components, I think, like aluminum or something. And but yeah, this like, I gotta say, like, this oh, there goes the camera again. Here, I'm gonna just switch it to, sorry. This stupid piece of garbage. Yeah, I'm gonna just connect it wirelessly, so I apologize if it's, I don't know if it's my phone or if it's my computer that's doing this. Either way, it's very annoying. Hook it up again. There we go. Hopefully it will probably stutter more this way since it's wireless, but it'll at least not cut out. Okay. But yeah. Anyways, back to the impressions. So yeah, so this is slightly a bit of a downgrade in terms of the Switch OLED. But personally, I don't mind it because the plastic that they use is very premium. It's like almost got like a texture. It's like a matte finish, but it's very textured, and has this just premium feel to it. And yeah, it feels really good. It is quite a bit heavier, I feel like, at least in the hands. Maybe it isn't, but because of the bigger size, it definitely feels weightier to me personally. So I don't know how long I would be able to go for like hand holding it without just kind of placing it on my lap or doing anything kind of that nature. But yeah, the magnets for the Joy-Con. So here, I will turn off NVIDIA broadcast for a minute, or the noise removal. Okay, so you guys can probably hear this a bit better now. But yeah, the sound it makes is very satisfying. So it's very crisp, I think, in terms of sound. I really dig it personally, and funnily enough, like, I feel like the Joy-Cons are easier to access, because this is now a system that you can place in kind of more of a confined space because you're pulling the Joy-Con out instead of up, so you don't need that like vertical height available to you. You just need to pull and be able to pull out sideways a bit. So I do appreciate that. Yeah, overall, like, it definitely feels like a significant improvement hardware wise, like just physical premium feel, and everything. Like, the Joy-Con are they're like super solid. They're not coming off. And so yeah, I think it's a significant improvement over the base Switch, and yeah, it's great, honestly. And of course, all of the other features that have already kind of been talked to death about. The second USB-C port up on the top here, as you can see. I don't know if it'll be really in focus, but right here next to the vent, there's a second port. You can use that for charging, and also data in a weird way. Like, I was seeing things that said like it didn't accept data, but you can plug a camera into it, so it has to accept data. But yeah, it may not accept it in the traditional sense of like how you could plug like a drive or something into it. I don't know, but yeah, everything feels a lot more refined and robust, I think is a really good way to kind of sum up the hardware. The Joy-Con themselves feel really solid, and they definitely are really interesting with kind of how they work, and they feel, again, a lot more refined. The bigger buttons that are made of metal here, if you can, I don't know if it's gonna focus up, but yeah, like these feel, I don't know if it's gonna focus, but yeah, they're a lot better to play with sideways. They just feel really, really solid in that regard. And yeah, the sticks are slightly bigger. I still worry really heavily about drift. That is a really big concern to me. People have already torn them apart now that we've gotten them, and it looks to be essentially the same parts. So hopefully we don't have to deal with drift. They're not Hall effect, which is really frustrating, especially because now they're more expensive. And yeah, I hope that doesn't become an issue, but I'm sure we're gonna start seeing stuff start to happen. So I give it about a week before people start widely complaining about drift on certain stuff. But to be fair, every console that doesn't use Hall effect has suffered from stick drift. Not to give Nintendo a pass by any means, but just that, like, it's not isolated to them. But it's just frustrating to see that they're not kind of taking initiative to move the industry forward in that regard and offer Hall effect on these. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna connect the Switch to the capture card, and I'll pull up the menu and kind of walk you through some things about it. I will say the dock, oddly enough to me, the dock feels slightly less sturdy. Compared to the original Switch. It still kind of has that play in the dock a bit, where it like can wiggle back and forth. Here, let me turn on the capture here. Okay. So yeah, let me kind of hop in to here. Let me turn the visibility on the chat off for a second, just so you guys get a bigger picture. But yeah, so I'm using the individual Joy-Cons right now. But yeah, like, it's pretty much just a Switch 1 with rounded corners. Like, it's again a little more robust. There's slightly more color to it. There's slightly more I turn the music down here, but there's slightly more sounds. If you can really hear that. Actually, is it playing through my headphones right now? Oh, it's because I don't have the capture pulled up, that's why. Hang on. My apologies. Okay. So yeah, it's got a little more life to it than the original Switch did. It's not as stagnant, which is nice, and I do appreciate that. But yeah, I really wish there was still like menu music, or sorry, like home screen music, stuff for, you know, like, you know, no settings and in Me Maker, where it's, you know, like giving you like audio to kind of listen to while you're picking and choosing stuff for your Me. The setup, oddly enough, was very musical. I didn't stream it because, you know, I needed to do like a bunch of signing in to things and stuff like that of that nature. But yeah, I mean, like, it's still bland, right? Same goes for if we go into themes. Still just two themes. You know, it sounds like from apparent leaks and stuff that they are going to add themes in as like an actual thing this time. And I wouldn't be shocked too, because it seems like Nintendo's going to be supporting the Switch 1 for quite a bit. So I wouldn't be shocked if that comes across both consoles. But I just hope we get something that's not this bland. Like, I don't necessarily need like Mario music or something playing every single time I open this up, but just something like, you know, like remember the Wii theme, the Wii like menu screen and stuff on like the eShop. Like, there's no theme here. It's just bland, you know. And so it's, you know, it's kind of annoying in that regard, I think, personally. But you know, maybe they'll change it, hopefully, or at least offer something to kind of break this up. So yeah, they've added a little more color and animation into it. You can see the gradient that's kind of flowing around your selection. Let's see here. Yeah. They still have plenty of options and everything that kind of crop up and are available. Some things are still kind of slow. I've noticed, which is kind of annoying personally. I mean, obviously some things are quicker and faster than others, but yeah, it's not as prominent as I would have liked in terms of speed. Definitely kind of felt like they were overselling it a bit. But yeah, here's an important thing to kind of highlight. So controllers. This one, to me, is kind of weird because all the controllers that we have this two-tone design, right? So as you can see up here, like the right Joy-Con has this kind of orange color. They say it's red. It is very much not red. It's like a mix between like a salmon and like an orange. And you know, it's closer to orange than it is red. It is not red. The blue is close to the same color, but it's not as like neon. It's still a bit desaturated. It does complement the Joy-Con themselves. Like, I think it really does a good job at that. But yeah, you know, it's whatever. The interesting thing is though, is that on the console itself, inside the rails, I'll just pull up an image of it because I don't want to hoist up my Switch and have to replug it in and reconfigure a bunch of things. So like if you see here, so you can see right here, the color is inside of where, I'm just still calling it the rail, even though I know it's not. It's kind of more like a cavity of sorts, an indent, but it matches the colors of these, which is probably going to be annoying to some people. I mean, you're never going to see these when they're connected to the system, right? Like, full stop. And realistically, color-wise, you're not even going to see like these colors when they're connected to the system. You can barely make out a tiny little line, which you can kind of see here, right? Like in this sliver, you can barely make out a line that you'll see color wise. The only real pop of color is actually under the sticks, so you can kind of see it in that image. But here's like a better look. It's kind of like this ring that goes in a lot closer to the bottom of the stick. I'm assuming to like prevent dust buildup and stuff, but yeah, it's it's kind of whatever, right? So I'm interested to see what they do for color options because we don't have colors yet. And I think it's because like Nintendo kind of combined like the gray and the neon red blue colors together, right? Because like, which actually this is closer to black than anything. It's practically an all matte black system, which I dig. I really like these colors and the color scheme. But what I'm curious about is they haven't announced any other colors yet, and I don't know when they're going to. uh, so I don't know what Nintendo's really going to do about colors on the system because, like, if it sticks with this theme, you're buying it essentially for that tiny little sliver, right? That's what you're buying it for. So kind of weird, right? I don't know, like it would be cool if they do come back in and like change colors of the actual Joy-Con itself, in the shells. But the reason I bring all this up is because if we go back to the system, so you can see here, right? You can see right here. I'll get to this in a minute. With the colors, that they're reflected accurately. So that makes me think they've coded it in to where these can change, but I don't know if it's coded in to where this can change as well. The shell. Someone's gonna figure it out because the actual Joy-Con themselves, like you can technically go in, connect them to a computer, and change the hardware, like what color the hardware looks like it is. So if you did like a shell swap on your Joy-Con and it was, transparent purple or something, you can connect them to a computer and go in and find a color that looks really close to that shell and then change it. It'll update on the Joy-Con, and then when you connect it to your Switch, it would update. That's because the way Nintendo coded it is so that anytime they have a shell like color change, they can just go in and change it to where they need to. So it's probably set up very similarly again to where they can do that, but I am curious to see like how Nintendo goes about adding color into future Joy-Con and everything. But yeah, it's very interesting that they kind of brought that color scheme into the system itself. So if you stay with me for a second, let me grab of accessories because I bought multiple accessories. I bought so I bought multiple accessories for the Switch in the Joy-Con just to kind of have them, kind of review them, see how they look. So the first one are the wheels. The wheels kind of have the color ring around them. That's really all they have in terms of like what differentiates them. There's not really anything special or particular about them. They still work. You can put each color in the other color. It doesn't matter. But they have some kind of like, it's probably kind of hard to see, but they have like, I don't know, how can I show this to the camera? They have like a magnet system inside of the wheels themselves to kind of hold them in place. But yeah, the benefit of the wheels, even though they are basically just homes of plastic, is that it brings the bumpers out. It makes it very nice and actually really comfortable to hold. So they're completely useless in terms of like functionality. It's essentially the same as a Wii wheel, right, for Wiimotes. And Nintendo did something similar with the Joy-Con last time on Switch 1. But this time it makes a bit more sense because, you know, they are bigger. They are bigger, so, you know, it does feel better in the hand and everything. But you can kind of see how things are lined up here. You could see that on this stick right here, so the one on the right, that stick is smack dab in the middle. You can tell by the line on the Wii wheel. Wow, voice crack. But yeah, that's like almost as in the middle as you can possibly get. It might be like slightly lower, but other than that, it's basically the same. Yeah, so again, same as last time. Using the left Joy-Con gives you an objectively better experience because your thumb rests more on the stick. But yeah, these are nice though. I do feel like the color matches. They're textured on the sides here. The inside is glossy plastic, and I'll get to that in a second on one of the things I really don't like about how Nintendo's kind of approached this stuff. But yeah, real quick, I want to highlight, before I get into that, the mouse mode. So the way this works is you have these are the new straps. They're basically empty, but on the top here, there's a little metal plate that it's kind of hard to see. It's that little black part sticking out. That's where the magnets connect in. So you slot it in the bottom and then push from the top, and that's how it's secured. And then just like everything else, you can push it to disconnect and just pull it out. So very easy, very secure method. And then right here, you have kind of the same material as like mouse feet do. So it glides a lot easier, and you're not kind of scratching the inside of your Joy-Con up. And still using straps like this, still is comfortable. You still have access to the shoulder buttons. And it's the actual shoulder buttons. It's not like buttons on the strap that, you know, pass through. So, yeah, I mean, it works well as a strap. You know, not like a ton of stuff to say, but it is well made. These are I don't know if this whole thing is plastic or not, because it's like it's either cheap metal or good plastic. I don't know which is which, but there's at least like a place on them to attach the magnets to. Okay, so here is my biggest issue and gripe right now about how things are gonna look. So this right here is the Joy-Con grip, right? Little puppy dog thing. Everyone, made fun of it first on the Switch one. This is the one that comes with the Switch. This is not the charging grip. I didn't buy a charging grip just because I'm already getting this one. Maybe if I buy more Joy-Con in the future, I'll buy one. But the charging grip has a USB-C port up on the top to charge them. And allegedly, again, since I don't have it, but on the back here on the charging grip, there's the GL and GR mappable buttons. I don't know how that all works, but we'll see, I guess. Maybe it's because they can connect and with how they charge. Because on the system itself, right, you can see here in this little black piece right here, that's the connector part that people were worried was going to snap off with the Switch, the Switch 2. And that's where this little slot is. That's how they charge. On the Switch 1, they charged, there's little piece at the bottom here, little contacts, and that's how they charge there. But yeah, so the way the grip works is you just take it and you just slot it in, right? Like, easy as pie. And same way, you just press the button on the back, detach it, and it pulls out. So, perfectly fine, perfectly simple, right? Well, the issue I have with these is that sorry, let me finish my other point, because I don't know if I got to it. Because on the charging grip, since it had those contacts, I think that's what allowed for the mappable buttons on the back, but because this does not have those contacts, that's probably why they aren't there. I think that's important to clarify, because that may make it more worth buying a charging grip. But anyways, to continue on with what I was about to say, the issue I have with this is that this whole front plate is glossy plastic. That whole thing. I have a very big gripe with that. Not because I feel like it's cheap. It's because it looks expensive at first until you get a single scratch on it. And I've already scratched this from just general use. I've been babying this thing, and I've only used it like a couple times. And it's already gotten like slight dings here and there in the glossy plastic. I take issue with that because with how you detach this, you push on this, it literally slides out. You are sliding it across this glossy surface. It's not, pulling up. It's sliding out. And there's these tiny little rubber feet kind of on it. If you can maybe see if I can get the reflection on there. There's these tiny little rubber feet. That I think helps slightly. But the thing is too, is this glossy surface extends beyond that. Like where you're holding it, it's still glossy. And I'm just like, this thing's gonna get scuffed so fast. And it's frustrating. And multiple parts of these Switch 2 products have that. So like the inside of the wheel, that's all entirely glossy plastic. And the Switch itself does not have glossy plastic on it. The dock, however, has glossy plastic in the stupidest spot. So I can't really show it to you because it's up here. But the part where you plug in the actual ports, so there's on the back of the dock, there's an HDMI port for the signal. There's a USB-C connection for the AC adapter. And then there's an Ethernet jack for wired internet. Now, that's great. I'm happy with that selection, right? What sucks is that they put glossy plastic on that wall where you're plugging the ports at. That's like the only part of the system other than the bottom that is going to constantly receive things getting plugged in and plugged out. And the thing is like it's in the blind spot, right? Like not a lot of people are going to want to disconnect a million things from their switch, but maybe they want to unplug and replug the AC adapter if they only have one, right? And they want to take it on the go. Well, for people who just kind of try to blindly plug it in, that's going to scuff up that entire surface. And it's like, why did you just not make it glossy back there? And why didn't you just, make it normal? Like, could have just made it normal comparatively. So, really frustrating, in my opinion. The actual part where the switch goes into, that entire surface is glossy plastic. That I don't mind as much because to me that is probably to help from scuffing the actual surface. And that's probably like part of the reason why stuff like this is that way, because they don't want to scuff the surface of the Joy-Con themselves. But the thing is like with stuff like these, right, the Joy-Con, those are going to get scuffed anyways, because that's what people are constantly handling. That's what people are constantly doing. So it doesn't really make sense, because it makes sense for the console because, that's the part that has the screen. And that's the part that has the biggest surface area. But it doesn't make sense for really everything else, in my opinion. And especially on that back part of the dock where it's like, why would you put that there? Because now it's just going to look even worse down the road. But yeah. Last hardware thing is the Procon. So this is honestly, in my opinion, a significant improvement. There's little dust specks on it already though. But this is already a significant improvement in my opinion over the original Switch's Pro controller. It no longer has that glossy top, which is my biggest issue with the Switch One, was that it had that glossy top surface that always got scuffed up because that's where the charging port was. And that's also where your fingers would go for the triggers and shoulder buttons. The D-pad feels a lot nicer. I don't know if it's because it's like bigger or what, but it feels good. The buttons feel really great. Now here's the thing, which this is also interesting. Nintendo pointed this out, so let me again turn off the stuff. I'll turn down the output for the Elgato so you can hear this, but I don't know if that's really... Hang on. I don't know if this is really coming across at all, but... Hear how quiet that is? Yeah, they put like a rubber ring or something around the edge of the controller on the sticks. So they feel very like a lot more high quality. So it's weird because it's like it slightly feels softer, but you know it still feels really good. You don't have the clicky clackness of sticks hitting the edge, and I also hope that it'll maybe help the sticks to survive a bit more, because on my old Pro controllers they would build up like this white on the actual stick part itself, which I'm assuming was because the plastic would get grinded down from like, you know, spinning the sticks and playing games like Smash on them. So, but yeah, it feels a lot more premium. Doesn't feel as cheap. I do kind of miss the transparent / translucent, you know, look that the old Pro controllers had. But to be fair, this feels like a really nice, clean controller. So I hope it stands up over time. The same goes for the Switch itself, as like, you know, as your oily hands kind of might start to mark it up and cause issues, but hopefully it keeps looking good after a while. But yeah, we'll see how it stands the test of time. But overall, I mean, it's fun, right? It looks great, has a couple of extra features and everything. Obviously, I have a couple of gripes here and there, but hopefully it doesn't, you know, hopefully it doesn't, it's not as big of a deal as I think, right? And maybe it will be, but hopefully not. So yeah, we'll see. I got sidetracked on this. Let me bring this up one more time. What is happening here? Okay, sorry, it looked like my stream died on Twitch. Anyways, sorry, I was tweaking for a second. So I want to show you something about the mouse mode, which you already kind of saw. So if I snap the thing on here, you can see that there's no cursor on screen, right? So the mouse sensor is right here on the inside of the Joy-Con. It's that little black square that you can kind of see right here. So that's where the mouse sensor is. So if I'm running my finger over it, there's no mouse showing up. But if I lay it down flat, there you go. And you can see how even like sideways, it doesn't do that. But as soon as it starts to really approach 90 degrees, it becomes like something I can use as a mouse. Now, I think that's really smart. So I'm assuming it's using a mixture of the gyro controls to kind of tell what the orientation of the Joy-Con is, and it's able to tell if it's flat before it starts to, you know, have that mouse appear, and then as soon as it's not, it doesn't work anymore. So that's good, because it'll prevent, you know, like random mouse usage, screwing controller stuff up if it's trying to use, you know, mouse mode or going in between the two. And so I think that that's a really good thing that Nintendo's kind of addressed, because that was a concern of mine kind of going into it, right? So yeah. So let me kind of address overall thoughts on the Switch 2 itself beyond games, and then we'll get into Mario Kart and kind of my early thoughts of that, right? Is it worth the price? No. I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all. Go ahead and bring up chat again. But no, it is very much not worth $450 with no games. Not to say it doesn't have games, but in the sense of like, without purchasing any games, it's $450. It is not worth that, unfortunately. There are a couple of issues right now where I kind of have problems with. So the first thing is that there are so many games on here that I can't tell a difference that they've changed, if at all. I played like Smash on here. I don't think that that's been updated to like, you know, quote unquote run better. And Smash was already kind of like an enigma because it ran at a steady 1080 60 on the original Switch. But like, it's not like it's upscaled to 4K. It's not like it's running at 120 or anything. There is no improvement on Smash. And it's like that for numerous games. People have been going through titles and kind of digging through to create a list. And most of these other games, excuse me, most of these other games, they just don't have any additional like updates for them. Some of these games have like hard set caps in their programming, so certain games may cap out at like 30 FPS and whatnot, and those need to be manually updated to kind of benefit from the extra horsepower of the Switch. Because besides that, all that it's really doing is making sure that it's hitting the set target. So if, for example, it has a 30 FPS cap and it's kind of struggling to hit 30, then on Switch 2, it'll hit 30, but at the same resolution, and it's not going beyond that, because yes, it has access to this extra hardware and extra horsepower, but it has nothing to utilize that. And most games right now are kind of suffering from that. It's not something where, you know, we're really seeing other games kind of deal with that kind of fallout. And yeah, it's just like, you know, it's frustrating because it's like, why then is this something where, you know, like, this is what we kind of have to deal with right now, if overall, like, it's something where I feel like they could have better implemented a feature that allowed them to kind of retroactively go in and take, you know, better advantage just out the gate of this hardware. So I don't know. It's definitely confusing. It's definitely annoying because most of these features right now are just not being utilized. And I'll kind of elaborate on that in a minute. But there's only a couple of games right now that even have Switch 2 editions or are updated for the Switch. Yo, what's up? And thanks, bro. And so it is a bit frustrating though in that sense, because it's like none of these games are really able to take advantage of this extra juice. And, you know, so you can't really tell that there's much of a visual improvement on past titles, especially from Nintendo, which is super frustrating because it's like, where is all this like taking place at? What about Fortnite? Fortnite is interesting because there's now 2 versions of Fortnite, which I actually deleted the old one. I don't know if it's on here anymore, but apparently that one just doesn't work. So it's Fortnite Nintendo Switch Edition, or Fortnite for Nintendo Switch, whichever it's called. So if I switch back to over here, so this is the new version of Fortnite that you can download. Again, it's free, but it's a separate copy that you have to download. And yeah, it's interesting because this doesn't necessarily look that great either. It looks better than the Switch, I'll give them that. I know Fortnite is free. It went free to play like 8 years ago or whenever it came. Yeah, I'll go ahead and like show it off, but like I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't look, amazing. So it's kind of weird because it's like, for a game like this, it doesn't. Wow, that looked rough. But yeah, for a game like this, it looks a lot better than base Nintendo Switch, right? As you can see here, I don't know if this is gonna reset the chat window or not, but hang on. I'll take it away. Yeah, it took that long to load in. It took that long for me to load in and be able to like start doing this stuff. And again, this is on like, this is supposedly on the hardware. You can see how much it's lagging right now. Like, it is not really wanting to be super fast. To be fair, which I will go ahead and give them credit, which maybe I'll go ahead and do this. So this is running off of the micro SD card. But in theory, the whole point is that, these are supposed to be able to be, oh, is it because I have it open? Yeah. But these are supposed to be games that can utilize this extra hardware, and it doesn't really look like it's benefiting at all, right? So, like, I can try to move it, and this is kind of the problem, right? Where it's like, it just does not seem like it's going to be able to be nearly as useful of a system for certain titles like this. And there's still some titles on here that like do not work. Allegedly, it let me install it, but apparently like Rocket League was not working. I haven't opened it yet. It's just on here because it transferred from my Switch. I don't think that there's a separate edition, but like the fact that that was a title that wasn't willing to, work at launch is kind of confusing. And there are plenty of other titles that just are kind of locked out of using the entire hardware. So I say all this because I want to get to my big point about this. So when I hooked it up to my TV, right, the Switch now has options for utilizing the hardware, right? Like, because it's so new, it now supports 120 hertz, now supports 4K. It doesn't support them at the same time, but it supposedly supports 1440p at 120 hertz. here's the thing. To my knowledge, there currently are no titles that utilize 120 hertz. Here, let me switch back to my main camera. So there are no titles right now that use 120 hertz. That to me is super frustrating that just doesn't work. Right? So it's enabled. You can enable it. The home screen does not use 120 hertz. That's kind of frustrating. And it's not a mode that you can just toggle on, right? Like it's something where it's on a per game basis. So you don't even know if 120 hertz is working. But our TV, like, you know, will show when it's actually changing to a 120 hertz mode. It's never done that. None of the titles have done that. Mario Kart didn't do that. The new editions of Zelda haven't done that. No games currently have done that and support that. Now, to be fair, there are certain games where, you know, they may just be too intensive to support that, which is totally understandable. And there may be certain titles where they don't want to update them to 120 hertz because it's going to cause issues with the game engine. It's going to cause this and that, right? But the problem that I have is that these titles, you know, like you need to have 120 hertz support from the get-go with something needs to have it. I don't care what, but something needs to. And so right now I don't even know if that mode works. And what made it worse is that connected to my TV, the option for 1440p is completely grayed out. And I don't know why. 720p is fine, 1080p is fine, 4K is fine, but 1440p suddenly isn't. And to me that's frustrating because all of these titles that Nintendo is showing off, as a lot of them are topping out at 1440p. Allegedly Zelda does. Mario Party definitely will when it gets its like Switch 2 upgrade. And so many other things like will kind of top out at 1440p as like a target, because either they can maybe try to achieve higher refresh rates and frame rates, or if not, it's a good balance between like manageable 60 FPS versus something that's not nearly as manageable. So I don't know, but it's frustrating to not be able to select that option on my TV. And so I tried it on my computer and it also didn't work. The main thing I saw to get it to work was that when it's hooked up to my capture card, I have to enable a specific setting to select 1440p, or if it's connected directly to a 1440p monitor, it should work, allegedly. But that's kind of frustrating because if you select 4K, it tops out at 60 FPS. So you have to select 1440p if you want the highest resolution and highest frame rate available, because if you select 4K, I don't think it's going to enable 120 hertz, because it doesn't support 4K at 120, even if the game is running at 1440p. So you have to select 1440p if you want 120 hertz. At least that's my impression. And so to not be able to select it and can only go down to 1080p is really annoying and frustrating, and I don't know why that's set up that way. And it's really annoying because it's like, why do you have it set this way to where I can't utilize this, right? and I can't use this thing that I want to use on my system that you've been marketing over and over and over again. So I don't know. Hopefully it gets fixed. Hopefully they come out with a patch and it fixes some of this stuff. But yeah, like as of right now, there's no games that support 120 hertz. I don't even think Mario Kart technically does. And that's frustrating because it's like there's a whole feature that we still haven't seen enabled. Maybe it'll change. Hopefully it does again. But as of now, we we don't have that option. And so you're limited to a worse, arguably worse, 1080p experience when it comes to these things. So I don't know. So okay, I will test out Fortnite real quick, just to show you guys, and then I'm gonna move over to Mario Kart. But just so you guys can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. So I moved it to my system memory. See if I could give it a bit of a better. Do I have zero build, please? Okay. So we're gonna see. One thing that's also frustrating about this, which I'll go ahead and show in the options. There is no FPS setting, so I can't see how well. I can't see how well the game is running. We're just gonna have to eyeball it. So yeah, I'll do a quick match here, and then we'll hop into Mario Kart. But like, that's the thing about this is like I don't even think Fortnite sports 120 hertz, even though technically it should. But I don't know. Like this, to me, this does not feel like. I don't even know if this feels like 60, to be honest. I mean, it's definitely way better looking and smoother than a Nintendo Switch, right? So obviously, like, I don't know. It's so we'll see how this looks, right? I mean, you know, again, it's definitely visually better than Nintendo Switch one, but how good is it, right? It's still stuttery. You know, you could probably tell that. Yeah, this is also kind of frustrating, like not being able to see any kind of performance metrics or um, anything of that sort. Which that's well, I mean, I was gonna say that's probably an Epic thing, but that may actually be a Nintendo thing. Maybe they said like they don't want any kind of performance metrics available. Um, Uh, Worried I'm about to get snuck up on. Yeah, it definitely looks better for sure. Yeah, and it does run better. Like I will give it that. And you know, Fortnite's not an easy game to run by any means, right? If I can actually aim. You can tell I don't really play on controller. Just bots. There we go. Yeah, I will say a lot of games have very sensitive sticks. That's something I did notice right away. So I don't know if that's like a controller thing with the new like pro controllers, but yeah, either way. Why are they both shooting at me? What? Oh, that's not on purpose. Oops. me turn it down a bit. No, behind. I do want to see something though. Let me... I'm curious. Really? Does it not? I don't think it supports yeah, I don't think it supports the mouse mode yet. What the heck? I also haven't played Fortnite in a minute, so I don't know entirely what's going on. It heals you. Fair enough. Yeah, I know, the pink thing. I saw the little health thing pop up for a quick second. Wow. What kind of zero aim assist was that, bro? Yeah. No, don't ready up. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, either way. You know, not terrible performance, I guess, regarding Fortnite, but yeah, I think I leveled up like 6 in that one match. Because I haven't done anything in the season, so you just inadvertently do a million side quests. Alright. Just gonna stick with bog standard for a minute. Alright, let's see if we can be better on this, right? I played one match and got my butt handed to me by the computer, so hopefully it's better. Yeah, visually it looks great, but you'll kind of see there's so many sections like this one where it's just straight. You're just driving straight for so long. So yeah, I'll give my thoughts after I play a little bit because I don't want to like dog on the game before we've even played it, and possibly the more I play it, my opinion might change, but Oops. What? Okay. See if we can make up some ground here. Really? Oh, you gotta be kidding. Well, I just lost. That's cool. Rip. Yeah, I know. See if we can make up some ground, though. Yeah. So the interesting thing about this Mario Kart, sorry, I know I'm not talking a lot, but is that you drive from course to course. So it's kind of interesting how you kind of have those things, right? All right, there we go. Oh. Oh, yikes. Yikes. The ice flower is pretty sick. Oh, really? Oh, no, no. Why? Bruh. Oh, there's outfits that you have. So if you find like these little bags of food, you can unlock an outfit. Whoops, I wasn't even paying attention. Um, no, you're fine. Let me get an item, bruh. Really? I had... okay. Whoa. Really? Oh. Finally. Goodness. I don't know who the Brachiosaurus is, bruh. They got a bunch of weird characters here. Long neck. Alright. Well, we got one down. Yeah, here's the cool thing is like you can unlock stickers. So some of these are basically just challenges, but some of them you unlock through doing the open world stuff. Let's see, what's a... Yeah, if we look at characters, oh, he kind of vibing. See about maybe doing a bike. Alright, so I haven't played any of these other courses yet. I've only played the Mushroom Cup, so everything, this is my first time seeing it. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Really? How did Daisy not get hit by that? Oh, no. Come on. Man. Unfortunate. Ugh. We'll get him next time. Oops. Yeah, I know you can throw the bananas in front of you, but the thing is it throws them a long way. It doesn't like immediately drop them. Come on, dude. What? Brother. Cool. Brother. Alright, hang on. I am getting a call from my wife. Alright, chat, I'm back. Oh, sick. Improve. Nice. I love it. Alright, let's get back to it. I wasn't able to call my wife back. I missed a call, and then I immediately called back, and she didn't pick up, so I don't know. Hopefully everything's okay. I'm sure she'll call me back again when she gets a chance. Alright. No. Crab mushrooms don't like last as long in this version. Well, good to go ahead and get that out of the way, then deal with it later. Why'd you take 2 of my shells, loser? Stop taking both shells. No, you jerk. Screw you, Yoshi. I hate you. What? How am I supposed to avoid that? What? No, that's not fair. What? Whatever, I'm still in first. Ugh. Alright, let's get it. Ooh. Thank you for the 1 second warning. No, 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 no. Gosh dang it. Man. The game feels good. It feels a bit too open at times, I think. Personally. Yeah, I know. Three-way tie for first, though. Cool, cool. Sick. Remove 90% of your dock. Yeah. I feel that. Let's get it. Oh, that's okay. Really? I threw my shell, I swear. Did I finish second? Alright. I just noticed my camera's not even working anymore. I don't really care. I don't know if I really can do anything about that. Oh no, it drifted the wrong way. Oh dear. Really? Of course. Really? Woo! Check out OBS bot cameras. I could. Usually I've had pretty good luck with using camo, but I guess right now it's just being a little silly stupid. I hate you. Hate you too. Oh my goodness. Gotta get it. Oh. This looks like a Fall Guys map. Oh my goodness! I'm getting targeted. What? Okay. You've got to be joking. Bro. I don't think I'm gonna be able to win this if this stupid little duck manages to get first, bro. Somehow miss everybody. Oh. Oh no. No, get this stupid duck out of here. I need him at least 5th. No, 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 no. I think I just lost, bro. Bowser. Yeah, I lost. I'll just... Yeah, yeah. Yep, yep. I know, I'm awful because I only got... Okay, well... I'm gonna free roam for a little bit. Kind of show off some of that. Da Vinci moment. Ooh. I almost got pie. Cool. Here's a P-switch. Penguin bobsled. Yeah, the only thing I'm not really that big of a fan of right now, at least in this like game mode. I know, I was gonna be so upset. But the only thing I don't really enjoy about it so far is the fact that there's not like a mission list to where I can like view, you know? And so because of that, like sorry, I'm having severe brain fog. Oh, come on, Nabbit. Yeah, sorry. Anyways, what I was gonna say was the only thing I don't particularly enjoy about it so far is the fact that, oh, epic, is the fact that I don't have like a mission mode, right? Where like, I don't know where exactly I'm supposed to go or what to do, which is fine because, you know, it's like free roam. But the problem is, like, I don't know if I'm missing something, right? Like, there's no map I can follow or something that tells me, like, oh, you can do this, or there's X amount of missions left or stuff. So oops. Tempted to buy Lies of P because it's been ported over to the Mac. Yeah, you could. I don't know how good of a port it is. Because I haven't really seen some reviews, but I've heard it's a great game, you know? Oh, hang on. But yeah, I mean, I've heard great things about the game, so honestly, if it's, you know, like a chance to play it on your Mac, might as well take it, right? I see a P-switch up there. Cool. Could be that too with an Xbox controller and a MacBook playing random games first class. You watched Skate 4. Hmm. Oh no. Oops. I messed it up. Let's see. No! Oh my gosh. How are you supposed to hit that? Uh-oh. What? You jerk. Leave me alone, Spike. Rude. Hmm. Okay, so this is the map. So this, I think, explains it a bit more. We're also going to import Cyberpunk. Yeah, I don't know how well that would work. I mean, if they can get it, props to them, but... No, 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 no. Man. How do I... Oh, come on, man. Oh. I think I have to have a leaf. Nope. Come on. I need a leaf. You gave it to me all the other times, please. Alright. There we go. Come on! This is just sad to watch, man. Hey, man. Let me get a head start. There we go. Come on. How much speed do I need? No, you need a... Definitely need a leaf for that. Okay. We got 2 of the 5 switches. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. Looks like the crew. Kinda, yeah. I see what you mean. I will still say though, well, I did find the map, and I am glad. It's basically Fortnite. You know what? You're right. It is Fortnite. Hey. But yeah, I will say it's still a bit confusing because I still don't know about like the P switches, right? Oh. Oh no. This is not gonna end well. No. Oh. The Best Buy you were at had a sign that all their Switch 2s are out of stock? Really? That's so interesting. I've seen like a lot of people posting the exact opposite where like they're like, yeah, I went to my local Walmart or Target or Best Buy and they just had a ton of like stock there, and you know it was basically like, oh, is this console a failure? Come on. So you know, it's kind of surprising to me to see a place that was completely out of stock. I mean, arguably that's good if that's the case, because, you know, I want the console to be successful. Oh, okay. I went to, the other Best Buy. Really? Come on. Because that's where my order got sent. The North Crest, I think, one. Yeah. Oh, come on. Like I either overshoot it or undershoot it. I'm not anywhere in the middle. Oh. Yeah, the flying is really You're tripping me up. No! Yeah, it's very confusing because it's like, depending on how you're using the like little glider, you can kind of just do it infinitely, or at least for like an extremely long time. But the thing is like, it doesn't, personally speaking, it doesn't feel good because it doesn't feel like you kind of always have a downward force. This is just sad, man. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. Ooh, wait. Yeah. It's basically like super aggressive, like almost like auto steer in a way, where like it just continues steering in the same direction. Like a whole couple seconds after you're... Oh man. Might get the PS3 emulator on there and play Skate 3. That'd be sick. You have competitive Skate 3? Sure. Bruh. What kind of stupid mission is that? There we go. Get out of here. I love the remixes. And I already messed up. Oh wait, hang on. You gotta jump at the end of that. Hold up. Sorry. Oh my gosh, I keep thinking it straightens out for a second and it doesn't. I just got a full send. Nope. Here we go again. It's gonna take me 8 million tries to get all these blue coins. After this mission, I'll head back to a Grand Prix. Come on, bro. That's just sad. Oh, we got it. We got it. No, we don't. Never mind. What am I doing? I'm like drifting away from it. I need to collect the coin and then drift. It's like I'm overthinking it now. Or not even need to drift. There we go. Very cool and epic. Alright. Try shell cup. Zebras. Oh shoot. Hoopa Festival. Alright, this rocks. I knew it. Okay. Man. People in front of me are getting, like, way too lucky with their item pulls. Okay, second. Oh my goodness. Where are you getting all these shells from? All right. Cool. Oh, come on. Leave me alone, oh my gosh. Alright, give me some good. Okay. Really? Ooh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we pretty much got this one in the bag, I think. We got a 9-point lead above second place. Oh my goodness. Dang. Oh. Why is that even an... Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Dang, 10-point lead. So I'm assuming we're unlocking Lakitu. Yep. Clown air systems. Oh my goodness. Wow. Hmm. Woo! Are we unlocking Birdo? Oh, I really messed up that. Really? Okay. What? Let's get it. Woo! Yeah, it's looking like Birdo probably is gonna be our next character. Salty, salty Speedway. Oh. Oh. Of course, I'm the only one who gets it from that. Yep. Oh. Oh no. What? How? How are you in front of me? What? Okay. I think I've noticed this. Is sometimes this game just cheats. I haven't been able to pay too much close attention to like exactly where characters are on maps and stuff. But like your quote-unquote rival, which is the character you unlock, always suddenly seems to like get super good and super good items and exactly what they need to, you know, really. Come on. Of course. There we go. Okay. Woo! Okay. So as long as we get second, we at least tie for first. But you forgot to turbo. Oh goodness. Audio cut out for a sec. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding, bro. I think I just lost. I might have straight up just lost this entire race. I need like an actual bullet bill to... Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just lost. Ugh. Unfortunate. Man. That sucks. I don't care. I genuinely do not care about unlocking characters game. Just... I just want to get gold in all the cups. Yeah, I knew I started to. Just a second. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Had to send a text. Oh, come on. Deserved. No, what? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my goodness, this course is disorienting. Alright. Oh, about to throw up. Goodness. It's like the camera was struggling to keep up on part of it. And, yep. Brother, leave me alone. Oh my gosh, bro. Why does it hate me all of a sudden? Oh my gosh! Stop! Give me a bullet bill. Deserved. All right. Woo. All right. Started a little late on that one. Oh, hang on. I'm getting a call. Just a second. All right. Sorry about that. I just got a call from my dad. Don't worry, everything's good. Oh, I was not paying attention where I'd end up. Yeah, everybody has mushrooms. Goodness. Alright, we're chilling. Oh, that's not a bump. Okay. Oh no. Oh my goodness. I got shocked, shelled, and bloopered. Oh. Oh, cool. Whoa. Get back on track. Oh, okay, that's it. Well, alright, I do want to say this about the game. I don't personally like how you go from course to course like this. And then that, like, course to course is treated like a track. The reason why, because you get to the actual track you're trying to play, and like it's like a lap, you know. I just kind of personally wish that, you know, like, it wasn't that way, because then we could kind of actually appreciate the track a bit more. I shouldn't have done that. Come on. No, I swear, I think the game actually kind of like cheats to get the rival in the place that it wants the rival to be at. My gosh, bro. Oh, yeah. Whoa. Of course. Come on. Nice. Sweet. Yeah, I kind of crushed. Yeah, I will say I think the rival system is like very aggressive in this version. Ooh. Alright, what stickers do we got? Alright, well, this is the... This is the, I think the last course, is it? Are there only 7 cups? Oh, I forgot that this is how it does it, where you have stars. It's like even though you get first, it's like you need to like get first in each one to get like a good rating, quote unquote. Yeah. All right. Well, at the very least, this is the last course we currently have access to. I don't know if there's any more or not. I feel like I saw somewhere that there's like another set of cups, even if it's like the same courses, but it's like in a different layout. I don't know. Dang. Alright. Let's get it. Oh no. Oh, that's bad. What? I do not feel safe right now. Oh my goodness. I was sweating buckets on that one. Yeah, some of these like tighter courses are really difficult with 24 players, and then like the super open courses are like you don't even know it's 24 player. Oh man. All right, let's get going. Whoa, okay. Oh, that's not good. You gotta be joking. Oh, I see the finish line. Get to it. Yes! Dope. So I think we're unlocking Bowser Jr. next. I don't exactly know what characters we have unlocked yet. Oh, really? Oh no. Oh my goodness. Man, this is terrible. Oh my goodness. Dang. Oh. So close to first. Yeah, I don't know how they need to fix that, but they really need to fix that. It's something about like how the camera like tracks the player, because like if you bang into walls, then the camera starts going nuts all over the place, and I don't know why. It's almost like the camera's like clipping into the wall or something. Yeah, unfortunately, Diddy Kong is not in the game. I'm hoping maybe like down the road they add him. No Diddy. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. You jerk. Oh. Yeah, there's multiplayer. I haven't played it yet. Whoa, what are you doing? Get owned. Oh my goodness. I was clenching my cheeks there at the end. Ooh. Alright. I'm gonna let this play out for a minute. Oh. Well, I think for now I'm probably gonna be done with streaming Mario Kart. I'll probably stream some more later. Possibly might do some online play and stuff, but yeah. I mean, you know, really cool gameplay. Some of the tracks I'm not that big of a fan of, the really open ones. And sometimes the really tight ones I feel like are just a little too tight. it's a really rough balance, right? But yeah, I'm sure later down the line, you know, it'll make more sense. Special Cup is now available. No way. But yeah, there's certain things, you know, where I'm just like, about this game. Things that I wish, you know, maybe they could improve a bit. But honestly, you know, like it's pretty cool. Overall, I do like the gameplay. But I wouldn't be shocked if maybe they try to maybe do a couple of updates here and there. Yeah, so I'll save the Special Cup for another time. Yeah. So that's Mario Kart World. You know, it is fun. I can see a lot of people playing it. I do think it does kind of need maybe a little bit of tweaking here and there. I wouldn't be shocked if maybe they try to do DLC down the road, but yeah, overall, still really fun. You know, I have my issues with it here and there, but I still think it's, you know, a good successor, right? That's not what I hit. So yeah. All right. Well, so you guys now heard my thoughts on Switch 2. You heard them on Mario Kart, and you saw me play some games. So it's up to you on, you know, if you think it's worth $450 and $80 for Mario Kart. But yeah, you know what I got to say. Hit change, yeah. Light work. So yeah, but I'm excited to see where Nintendo kind of takes some of this stuff. Even if I don't necessarily think it's worth it right now, and there's a lot of features that feel kind of buggy or broken or unfinished on here, or just straight up underutilized. You know, to the point where it's, why are you charging this much money for a new console? But you know, I'm sure in the next year or so we're going to see a lot more titles come to the console, a lot more first party games, because right now on the horizon all we really have is what, DK and Prime 4 as the big ones. And I know like they've shown off some other ones, you know, like Tomodachi Life and Rhythm Heaven and some other things here and there, but yeah, Kirby Air Riders. But yeah, I think I do think that we just need more. We need to know that there's more coming, more on the horizon. Show more gameplay. Yeah, so I think once we start hearing more about that, it'll really start to make a lot more sense to more people. But yeah, so either way, thank you all so much for tuning in and for listening to me rant and yap and the like. So yeah, thanks for watching. I will probably catch y'all soonish. And yeah, take care of yourselves. Have an awesome night.